What's up, everybody? It's your boy Season. Man, oh man, did we get some announcements from this Tamashii Nation's 2023. So let's take a look here, and it looks like this event is being held in Akihabara. Funny thing was, I was literally just there 2-3 weeks ago. But anyways, it's only taking place for 2 days. So technically, it's already the 17th in Japan, and it's only going through the 19th. So I guess if you do live in Japan, I do have quite a few people from Japan that actually watch my channel. You guys can get a chance to go to that. So that's pretty good. And it looks like they're actually going to be announcing different things for like this 7-day event. And it looks like they've got a preview of it there. So you've got some of those things there. But let's get into like the major announcements, okay, that we saw today. So first things first, we saw the prototype for the metal structure Gundam Mark II. I'm shocked. I never expected this one to get a metal structure. I mean, we don't even have a metal build or a metal composite of it. And I love the Gundam Mark II. This is one of my favorite mobile suits. Don't worry, I will be doing like a top 10 of my favorite mobile suits and stuff like that. But this one is definitely in there. And it looks solid. It looks like they've got the open hatch system as far as the armor, or at least to a certain degree, right? And it is going to be 1/60 scale. To my knowledge, there has not been any release date as of yet. It looks like this is pretty much just a prototype. I'm not sure, but yeah, no release date, no price point. But I imagine if the new was going for 1,000, I imagine this one, it may be slightly lower, but to be honest, I doubt it. So, but yeah, it looks solid, man. I like it. I like how it looks. Now, the pictures for this one, I'm going to be using pictures from all over the internet, but I will put a link in the description for all of the sites that I use to get this information so they can get some credit. But yeah, this was, I'm shocked by the Gundam Mark II, but I love it. It's a relatively simple color design and stuff like that, but I think that's the reason why I like it. And especially if they do the Super Gundam for it, oh man, I'll be all over that. So so we got that. Now next we actually have, it looks like a new option set for the new Gundam, the metal structure new Gundam. And we have, this actually doesn't show any of the new stuff here in this one, but in this one it does. So it looks like it has some new armaments for the backpack and stuff like that. So this is interesting, and I like the fact that they keep giving us option sets for the new Gundam. I just wish they would release more of the news. Now we all know, and I've covered this in another video, that they did like a lottery for the next re-release of the new Gundam. So that one actually comes out in January of 2024. They're going to have to put a lot more on the street for people to get these. Now, as far as getting the option sets, I've seen the option sets go for crazy money. Crazy money. I've seen like the fin funnel set go for like $500 to $600. So if you are, or if you plan on getting this, or if you are you already own the metal structure, I always recommend that people just go ahead and pre-order it if you can, because usually that is the cheapest price you will probably ever get it, is when you pre-order it, because usually once it hits the secondary market, people are trying to make profit off of it. We've had that problem with China in the past with some of the other scalping issues that we have in the Gundam community and stuff. So I would recommend that you just go ahead and pre-order it if you can. That would just be the easiest way. You'll lock in, the cheapest price that you can, because once it hits the secondary market, people are going to be asking buku bucks for it. So you've got that there. Now, also we have a announcement for the GN Arms Type D, and this is for the Gundam Dynamis. And we got one for, I think it was for the Exia last year. And this one, it looks like the pre-orders are up at November 17th. Now, this is actually for the Tamashii Nations in Japan. This is not for the American site or anything like that. We usually do get some of this stuff, not all of it, but we do get some of it on the US sites. It just, for whatever reason, it takes a little bit before they actually have the pre-orders up. I have not looked at any of the US sites, but right now, and it's looking like it's going for what, 24,200 yen. That's actually not that bad. I would say, I don't know what the current exchange rate. I think when I left Japan, it was like 152 yen for every US dollar. So if that's the case, I'm just going to make a ballpark figure and say it's like close to 220, and that's not too bad. So if you're a really big Dynamis fan and you want this for that, or if you are just a good big 00 fan in general. So, they've got that stuff there. So we're actually going to take a look. It looks like this is what it comes with here. It looks like you got a missile pod here, and you got some stuff here. So like for me personally, I like the Dynamis. I probably like the 00 Quanta the most out of all the mobile suits in Gundam 00. I'm not really a big Exia fan, so I wasn't really a big fan of a lot of the mobile suit designs in 00, but I know that there are a lot of people that do like them. So you will be able to get your hands on that. Now, do they have a release date? Looks like April of 2024. So probably in the US, expect it in May or June of 2024 if we get this at all. So that's what we've got for that. Now let's move on to, well, what do we have here? The Metal Build Impulse Gundam. Very, very interesting. Now for me, the funny thing was, next month I actually planned on doing my top 5 most desired metal builds for just for myself personally, and the Impulse Gundam was on there. This is actually one of my favorite designs. This is kind of like if the Freedom and the Strike had a baby. So, but it's interesting, we have not seen anything with the Force silhouette at all. So I don't know if they're going to be releasing that separately, if it's going to be a part of the alternative strike, that kind of line that they've been doing in the Metal Build line for the Seed mobile suits, but we have not seen a Force silhouette yet. So, but I imagine if it's just the Impulse Gundam itself, I imagine it'll probably be like roughly like around 150, 160 US. But if they actually throw in the Force silhouette, maybe it's just that the Force silhouette's not ready yet to be shown. But if they do that, I imagine it'll probably be like 220, 230, somewhere around there. That's just my ballpark figure based on the metal builds that I've bought. Now, it's interesting with this, and honestly, this iteration of this is a natural progression of the Seed line for metal builds. Like, they pretty much did the majority of the protagonist mobile suits in Gundam Seed, and so now they're kind of, looks like they're moving on to Destiny. I think probably the Providence is probably the last one from the Seed line. I don't think we'll be getting the Druggy suits, for metal builds. I don't know if they would sell well. I know we got some full mechanics for those, and that's probably the best we're ever going to get for those, because I don't think those mobile suits are popular. But with this one, and how they like to reuse their molds over and over and over again in the metal build line, so I know for a fact that we'll probably be getting a Sword Impulse. Now, the Blast Impulse is one of those that it has a checkered history as far as releases. I think that's probably the least popular of the 3 Impulse Gundam silhouette packs. So, and for whatever reason, they just don't release a lot of it. We just got like a P Bandai master grade of it, like 2-3 years ago. And, the original master grades for the Force and the Sword came out in 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. So it took quite a long time to get the Blast. So hopefully we will get the Blast. Then you'll have all 3. And then, of course, you can always do different variations with this one as well. You have different versions of the Destiny Impulse and all of that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Metal Build Impulse. But I'm definitely happy that we're getting one of those. And then next, let us see some of the new Gundam Astrays. And this picture isn't very good, but I do have some good ones here. And it looks like they've kind of made some little refinements to the red frame. Because I can tell just by looking at the feet, that reminds me of the gold frame Astray, the one that was just released, in August? It was like August or July, somewhere around there. So this one actually does look really good, and I think if it has the same articulation as that gold frame did, because I was very impressed with the articulation for that metal build. I've been thinking about replacing my old red frame, just because the main reason why I always liked the original is because of the low insignia here, and that it was always that the original red frame was always had that yellow and gray like insignia there, and I've always liked that. But like in a lot of his other iterations of the red frame, that was taken away and it was just gray, and I never did like that. But I think overall, even though that's just a small little nitpick, but that's just my whole thing there. So, and then also it looks like we're getting a new blue frame, and this looks like a new full armor blue frame, and it looks like it's just looks like the same redesign that they did with the gold frame here. So the only difference that's really difference between this one and the old blue frame is the redesign that I can tell just by looking at it, and the new head. I'm not necessarily a fan of this new head, and especially since I just bought the second L. To me, I don't know if I'm even going to get this one. I like the blue frame, but I don't really like it that much. And the thing about, I know like some people may be asking, well, why are they always releasing all these Astrays, you know, like, but the thing is, you have to understand, especially in the Gundam Astray world, there are so many different variations, and I don't even know if these are all of them. But look at how many that they have here in the top for the red frame. So you got the red frame, you got the red frame with the flight pack, you've got the full armed armor. I think that's called the powered red, I think. And so, and then you got the red dragon over here, you've got the delta here, so you've got quite a bit. And even if you look for at the blue one, they've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 different variations of that one as well. So you know, you've got a lot of different variations. Actually, it looks like you got more for the blue frame because of what we said, 12 there, 13, 14, 15. Look at that. And then, you know, for the gold frame, you got the Amatsu, you got the Amatsu Mina. I don't even know if they have like the Amatsu Hana and all of those variations, because this is actually an older line art. But I just wanted to use this as an example here to show you, like, these are the different variations of the Astrays. And so, as you can see, they can go on for quite some time. So, you know, for me, I don't know if I'm going to get this one, but we'll see. You never know what'll happen. And then also what we've got is we've got the green frame. It's actually kind of funny because I was talking about this one at the end of my review for the Metal Build Gold frame, and I said that the original designer that did the Metal Build Astrays, he said that he had finished the weapons for this like a year or two ago when he had that interview. And so this one, it looks solid. Now, there's not much to the green frame, kind of like the gold frame. Now, they may add another pack like they did with the gold frame, how we got the Divine Striker with the gold frame. They may add another pack for the green frame to kind of spruce this up, because really all he's got is like his gun axe thing here in the back. But I just wanted an official version of the original 4 Astrays, and so it's nice that that is coming out. It does look very, very good. This one is a hands down purchase, and actually I'll probably be done with the Astrays after this one comes out, because then you're just kind of double and triple dipping into all the different variations. I don't really need them all. So, you know, you've got that, and then of course they showed us some of the Mirage frame. Now this is interesting. I've never really liked the design of the Mirage frame. I don't really even count it as the original Astrays. That's just my personal thing, because I always read that it was just the original 4. The 5th one ended up coming later, and I don't remember if this was in Seed Astray or if this was in Seed Destiny Astray. I really don't remember, because I don't know if I got that far in the manga to read about the Mirage frame. So to me, all I remember is the original 4. But I will admit that this actually does look pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up, because I'm not really a big fan of this design. But, you know, it is a little different for the Astrays. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. So that's what you've got for the Mirage frame. Next, it looks like they've got a release for the metal composite Death Scythe EW, I guess it's the Rossetti. The thing is, there's so many different variations, kind of like with the Astrays. There's so many different variations of the wing mobile suits. It's kind of hard to keep up. And to be honest, I thought they were just going to go with the endless waltz, to keep going with that line, because you know we got the Wing Zero, we finally got the Death Scythe. I thought maybe they were going to do like the Heavy Arms or the Ultron or something like that next. You know, so it's interesting that they're going this route and going with this variation, but it does look solid, I must admit. I do like the Death Scythe. That is in one of my top 10s for Gundam mobile suits. I will be doing that video probably around the end of the year, but yeah, so it looks solid. So I'll be interested. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up because I don't usually dabble in metal composites all that much, and to be honest, space is becoming an issue when you buy all of these metal builds all the time. You know, you end up running out of space. So I don't know if I'm gonna get this one, but it does look solid. I do like it. So we've got that. Now next, it looks like the Soul of Choken has released some of the promo pics for Shoryujin. Now, I'm not really a super big fan of Soul of Choken, that Soul of Choken line. It seems more toyish than figure-like. I like figures because I like articulation and stuff like that. And to where with Soul of Choken, I just get kind of like the feeling that it's more about the transformation and kind of capturing the essence of the old toys when they first came out. And even though that's cool for some, it's just not my cup of tea personally. And to be honest, if I'm going to get a Shoryujin, more than likely I'll probably get the Post Plus. We did see the prototypes for that one, and you know, it'll be interesting to see. Now, are they going to do a Gekirujin? I don't know. I imagine they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. And to my knowledge, there is no price point and there is no release date for this, but it is coming down the pipeline. It does look like, I didn't actually pull up the pictures here, but they actually did have some new pictures for the King X Kaiser, the Soul of Choken version of that. But the pictures that I saw online weren't very good, and they actually looked like when it was originally announced last year, so I couldn't tell if those were new pictures or not. So that's why I didn't bring them up here. And then also for the Soul of Choken, they're actually going to do, what is this one? This one is the one from Gal Gaigar Final. So this is like the fake Mamoru. I think that's how you pronounce his name. If I butchered that, I apologize. But yeah, so it looks like they're going to actually be doing that. So it's like the Repli Gal Gaigar, the one that that guy fights in Gal Gaigar Final. So hopefully no spoilers. You know, I hope you've seen that by now. And I don't know if this is done or not, because I know it is kind of like a gray color scheme for that, but also like with the Soul of Choken, I just think that the Post Plus one looks better, even though this one more fits the original design of Gal Gaigar. I just personally like the Post Plus one better, and I think that the Repli Gal Gaigar for Post Plus, because I know that that version comes out, I think, next month. It's either next month or January, if I'm not mistaken. I put it in one of my other videos. If I can find it, I'll put it up here. But yeah, you know, so they're going to be releasing this as well. To my knowledge, no price point and no release date. Most of these don't have a release date. We're just seeing them for the first time. So, and it looks like now in the Macross DX line, we're going to be getting the VT1 Ostrich. This was from the Do You Remember Love movie. So it's kind of like the movie version of the VF1D. And so this is the one where he's flying Meme around after he kind of took the Valkyrie out for a spin. You know, and that's kind of interesting, right? Like I do like it. It's not, I don't have to get every version of this. I don't review that much Macross on the channel, but it's not because I don't like it. Actually, it's actually one of my favorite series. I just never got around to reviewing them because I usually try to review more newer stuff, and the DX versions of those came out a couple of years ago, and so I never went back to try to review those. But if you guys would like to see that, put that in the comments. Hey man, I want to see some of your Macross reviews, and you know, I'll be more than happy to do one. So but yeah, I love Macross. Macross is awesome. So we got that, and let's see what else do we got here. Oh, okay, and now they're also showing us parts for the YF21, the DX version. So it looks like they got a colored one. I think in the last review, or the last announcements video that I had, they were kind of talking about the prototype for this one. And actually, we had seen a colored version of this a couple of years ago. So it's interesting to see how this is going to come out. I actually am going to get this one because I do have the YF19. and I kind of want to do that crisscross pattern that they had for the for the Blu-ray box art. I thought that that was an amazing shot. So even though this isn't my favorite design, I have to get it for completionist's sake. So, but it does look solid, right? And yeah, so it looks good. No price point. To my knowledge, there is no release date either. So, but I imagine we'll probably see something for it sometime next year. And then also we've got this one from CCS. It looks like they're releasing for the 35th anniversary a new Gunbuster. This one actually does look very, very good. Now we have not seen a colored version of this yet, and of course I'll put the link for this in the description so you can actually look at these things with your own eyes. But it looks solid. It really does. And I love Gunbuster, and it looks like this one's going to be good. Now, we don't have a price point, and I imagine because it looks pretty big, I don't know how much this one is going to cost. I've not seen any kind of price point or anything like that. So, you know, so that's what we've got for that. Now, that was not everything that was released at that show, but, you know, if you are in Japan around this time, go ahead and check it out and, you know, take some pictures, you know, let me know. What you saw there, because I know that they actually had a lot more releases for like Macross and some of the other ones. I just wanted to touch on the ones that I was specifically interested in. So that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I've got for you today. And also, you know, I will be doing some more reviews. Actually, I've already got some shot. I just haven't edited them yet. So probably over the Thanksgiving weekend, because in America, Thanksgiving is a major holiday. And so for us, most of the United States is kind of off on holiday for about a week or so. And so I'll be doing the same, visiting my family and things of that nature. So, but I do have some videos lined up for some reviews. It'll be for Brave stuff. And that's what I've got for you today. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.